Guys, we are on Facebook. So namaste everybody, good evening. And we are on the Facebook with yet another topic. And today's topic is something that is very unusual topic actually. Not that we picked any usual topics in the last few weeks. Today is the 25th day. And we did this for 25 days continuously, leaving out the last 2 days. And I needed a break. And I really didn't need it. I was doing classes and I didn't really think we had crossed the challenge time. Just give me a minute, guys. My speaker is calling up. So give me a minute. Rashmi, I'm on Facebook. So hello everybody, we start back again. We are today, like I said, an unusual topic and an unusual situation. My speaker just called up and said, hey, I can't connect because my internet is not working. And everything is cool. This is how life is. Internet doesn't work, internet works. People are there, people are not there. And people who know the way we have been going for these 25 days, it was a challenge that we took for actually 15 days only. And we said, can we come up with unusual topics for 15 days? The challenge was taken up because someone in the audience was not well. And actually, we sat down and said, how about putting you on the Facebook and seeing if you can really speak there for 1 hour? And she said, no, I can't even speak for 5 minutes. I said, okay, let's try. And that's how it began. We continued for 15 days and then we continued another 10 days. So as I said, today is the 25th day. So, so far we've been doing well. And the topic for today is, what can I embrace in life? What can I hold on in life? Very simply. Today my guests are Sumita Mendirata, Kanchan Todi and Srikanji. They are very, very interesting people and they will be introducing themselves. Just give me a minute. Okay, let's start with the man on the forum, Srikanji.
So, namaste everybody. Anuji has been a very dear connect for me. Right? She has been in meta health and so she has something attached to the health. I am trying to learn what health is all about. So,
Being very
so
humble.
right. So. My background has been with logistics. I have been with the corporate industry with Gati and Agility Logistics. Two organizations I worked, and then I moved out for the last since last 10 years. I've been into the yoga field, and I've been sharing and seeing how we can apply the techniques of yoga to the corporate world. And one of my favorite topic, shall I say, is the breathing. Okay, the pranayam. So pranayam is a very far-fetched word, but at least if we can, make breathing seamless, breathing smooth and slow, we can get a lot of benefit from there. So, thank you, Anuji, for this invite, and I look forward to interaction with all of you and learning from each one of you. Yeah.
Wonderful. It has truly been a learning forum for me. with amazing people like you who are so humble despite doing 10 years of work in the corporate, making this your lifeline. You humbly say that you're learning about the health. I'm really amazed with how much talent that you have and how much, a common man on the Facebook is going to be benefited by it. So really a pleasure to have you. Let's
Thank
connect with
you.
Sumita. Sumita, if you can please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hi, everybody on the forum and on Facebook. I'm Sumita Mendirata. I'm a consultant clinical psychologist and counselor, and also a remedial tutor. I've been working with children with learning disabilities, autism, and developmental delays. When I started my career, I started learning a lot modalities, and one of them is matrix reimprinting, EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. I'm a practitioner of both. Also, I started using Brain Gym for my own benefits, and then I gradually became a movement facilitator for Brain Gym. And also, I have been a read-on therapist, which is a cognitive development program used online. So, using all these modalities, one thing what I've learned is somewhere we all are in stress. We cannot negate that topic. And today, Anu, when we talk about embracing something, so I feel something which you connect to, which you really embrace is something which you where you really want to hold on to. That is your comfort zone. And I think what the best what we hold on to is our which is in our hands. Where we can work on it is our breathing. So if we somewhere connect that to our emotions and also to our levels of stress, breathing is the most I would say unacknowledged thing, because we think that voluntarily 24 by 7 we are breathing till we are alive, and we really don't focus on that. So something which we all really need to learn on and also need to work on is breathing, because once you we work on our breathing, lot of areas of emotions and development opens up. So that is what I'm looking forward to get more from the other speakers and also share some information. Thank you.
I mean, I love the way she said, "Oh my God, if we could invest on more on breathing, like something that God gave us easily. He didn't even charge us for it. Yeah, He didn't even take any brokera for it, and yet we don't know how to. Is that not amazing? Let's go to Kanchan. Kanchan, if you can please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Good evening, friends. Hi, Anu. Thanks for welcoming me to the panel. Hi, guys.
Band that I'm wearing is created by Kanchan.
Oh,
It was a challenge that was thrown at me. Do you wear a hairband? I said no. Then you wear one and show me. So all the hairbands I've been wearing to see Kanchan Todi. Okay, Kanchan.
uh, hi, guys. I'm Kanchan Todi. I'm a humanitarian, a change enabler, an energy healer. And when Anu sent this topic, what do I wish to embrace? The first thing that came to my mind is embracing myself. In life there are so many things, just like our breath, that we take for granted. We take ourselves for granted, and there are so many parts of us that we do not look at. And similarly, like we do not watch our breath, similarly like we not aware of what happens when we breathe in or breathe out. I wish to embrace me and know more about myself.
Wow. Wow. We're going to be having quite an interesting charcha today. So over to Dr. Rashmi Arora, who was actually calling me when I had to interrupt right in the beginning. You remember that? Yeah. She was in and out and now she's in. So this is how life is.
Net has started working.
The net has started working and the life is there. So
Life is
uh,
going on.
life is going on. And that's what is fun about this forum. We haven't put it in a formal bracket. And why is that? Because formality steals life away. It's too much of planning, according to me. and life doesn't come with a plan or a menu card. So let's go over to Rashmi. Rashmi, can you please introduce yourself, and why is this topic close to your heart? Who am I? What am I going to embrace today?
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Rashmi Arora. I'm a homeopathic practitioner from Delhi. I'm a mental health trainer and as well as an NLP practitioner. This topic is close to my heart because right from the beginning, I've been facing hurdles. For all, everything was fine. Suddenly, the net went off, the mobile data went off, and I could not connect in any way. So today I want to embrace uh, all those possibilities which I can create in life.
Wow. Thank you so much. So I'm Dr. Anu Mehta, the pioneer in the field of meta health, information medicine, advanced clearing energetics, matrix imprinting in India. I also have created a few modalities which I teach with passion, and also a few that I never created, but they are emotional healing techniques which I work with the clients. Now, let's go to why I like this topic and what do I want to embrace. So, as I'm growing in life, I've realized, and this is the realization thanks to my son. You remember 2 days back, we were sitting down and chatting, and I said, oh, stuff happened between me and my son. and, and, and life happened. I'm suddenly realizing that I need to embrace the movement of life. We cannot freeze ourselves, our children, our life in a capsule. We really have to be constantly flowing. It doesn't matter whether you were flowing for 10 years, 30 years, 50 years, 70 years. If you stop flowing and you say, I'm tired today and I cannot do it, that's the day things don't move, because that's the day you were ready to give up on your life. So I embrace my consistency, my complete dedication to doing what I want to do, because there are times when I come very close to saying, क्यों करना है ये फेसबुक यार, क्या जरूरत है, कर लिया ना, 15 दिन बोला था, कर लिया, अभी क्या? But that one step further, guys, one step further from wherever I was standing makes me believe that it makes me move and makes me flow. So I am today going to be talking about how to embrace life by being consistent, by being constantly there and constantly moving. You do not have, your body doesn't even rest when it's sleeping. So ये जो rest है ना, you can even do when you're sleeping, you're doing something. So you should always be thinking of an action before you think of an excuse. So that's where I'm standing today. Going over to Shrikantji. Shrikantji, what's the philosophy of your life? And why would you quit a job which was in the corporate and go to teach yoga and breath? What is the philosophy that made you go there? Thank you.
I think those words are, little far-fetched, philosophy. Yeah, philo means the word philosophy is love for life, actually. Okay. So, if you love life, but in yoga, or yoga is a part of darshan shastra. So, darshan means, the mirror. Okay, what you see, right, in the mirror is, your identity. That's very important. So, going back to your question, why I was, see, my interest was, I was always interested in training, connecting, and spirituality, yoga was, something which was quite near and dear to me. So I thought, why not, I'm doing the, logistics part of it, trying to move the goods around, trying to, send information and cargo around. I said, why not move, you know, be human, and attach the human aspect and make that connect. And so that's how it all happened. So the passion and the training, though both got together. So yoga is about connecting. Yoga is about joining. So I thought, why not I do something better? And like you said, once you move ahead in life, you think that I should do something which I am more comfortable with. I am more engaged with, rather than somebody telling me, oh, why don't you do this? Okay, चलो वो ब्रांच को खोलते हैं उधर, वहाँ पे लुधियाना में एक ब्रांच खोलते हैं, है ना? So all those things are there. You do a survey, this, that thing. So logistics, I mean, that helped me a lot in terms of fine tuning from college to, corporate. It's a great training. And then once you do a bit of it, learn and, get stable, you feel that no, you should spread this more. Yeah, you should share this more with others also. Yeah. So that's how it all happened.
Thank you. So I love the way Shrikantji wants to hold on to spreading not only himself, but also spreading this knowledge that he has to other people. So let's ask Sumita. Sumita, do you also believe in spreading yourself, in giving people something that is beyond just knowledge? Because knowledge and wisdom are two different things. So you spoke about your credentials and said you're this, 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 this. Why would you learn all that? What motivated you to do all that? And did you also have this aspiration कि बस मुझे अपने तक नहीं रखना है, मुझे आगे जाके दूसरों को देना है, उनको भी पंख देने हैं? Yes, Sumita.
Definitely, Anu. The purpose of me doing all these credentials were actually at one part of my life, I was using this as, recovery mode for myself. Somewhere I learned all these techniques for myself. I was in therapy sessions using all these techniques, and somewhere when they benefited, all these techniques benefited me. So I thought, if it can work on me, why not on others? And then if I can also learn and provide this information, and truly said, like you said, just giving information is not enough. Somewhere after passing the information, we also need to see that this is being worked upon. So at that level, at a very basic level, like when I also work with children, I work with teenagers, I work with adults. So I would say almost every time when I work with a child, somewhere I know, and I've got this feedback from a very old uh, child who was like, now she's a very charming girl, also her, Lina Lal. So at one time she had come to me when she was just, I think, in grade 8th or 9th, and even I don't remember. She said the brain gym exercises, what you used to teach me at that time. I still remember them. I said, wow. So are you using them? She said, yes. So somewhere, you when you are doing with children, they carry along with you things, and maybe they are not using it instantly, but at one part of time in their life, when they really feel that this is required, and they use it. So I have experienced that and got the feedback that yes, it works from a lot of people, and be it brain gym or be it tapping. So I found that these are very, because ultimately you need to give them tools, like you said, you need to give them wings. Every time when I have a headache, and if I have to call the doctor and the doctor just says have a crocin, where I should not take that crocin, I can also take that crocin. So that is my tool to understand that, oh, it's a painkiller and I can take it when it is required. So that gives me that confidence in myself that yes, I can do it for myself, rather than I'm depending on people. Because a lot of time I have experienced this in our field of counseling. A lot of people get into the role that oh, you cannot, your life cannot survive without a counselor. And most of the time when the clients comes to me, I always say in the first meeting, I'm not going to be there for you. And they get a little setback. They said, we just met you, why are you saying like this? Because I said, ultimately I have to get you to that level that you do it for yourself. I'm not going to do it for you. So I think that is very important, as counselors or as therapists, where we provide them that we are just the mediators. We are just telling you this is the information, we are doing this, it helps me. So how you want to do it? Because until and unless they don't own up the responsibility, or I don't own up the responsibility for myself, things will not work for me. So that
Wow.
is my message.
So I love the way this talk is proceeding, because Sumita says it's not just enough, and she agrees that it's not just enough to give knowledge, but the wisdom is in giving tools to people. And according to her, the tools are the wings that people can hold on to and can be using at the time when things are not going well for them, and even when things are going well for them, because it just adds on. There is no side effect of these tools. So let's go to Kanchan. Let's ask her what made her hold on to those 300 children. What makes you tick? What makes you smile? What in your philosophy makes you embrace and hold on to all this? I mean, isn't not enough to take your own responsibility, guys? रह सकते हो ना आप सिर्फ अकेले अकेले अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेके. यहाँ ये हैं जो 300 लोगों की और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेके बैठी हैं. तो पूछते हैं उनसे कि why man and what is it all about. चलिए बताइए. Thank you.
Anu, post-pandemic, it is not 300 children. We have kind of reduced a lot on the number of kids. A lot of them have migrated back to their village. And as far as holding on, trust you me, it's not holding on to them. It is just embracing them or embracing the child within me. Because when the children come to the foundation, they actually, most of them have come to the foundation with a referral of their friend who's been there for some time. So it's a happy space that we have created for the children in the community, where they can just come and be themselves, and also have mentors and volunteers guide them through life path. Like Sumita guides the children on brain gym. There are other volunteers who guide the children on other life skills along with the academics. And the team together, we serve a meal to the kids as well, which is like a happy thing to do for all of us. And when I started the conversation and introduced myself, I said all I want in life now is to embrace myself. Similarly, at the foundation, we teach children to accept and embrace themselves.
Wow. Wow.
Which is, I believe, the most important thing in life.
Absolutely.
All of us throughout our lifetimes, we've been taught various things in school which doesn't even apply to our life going further from there. We taught various stuff that are written in books which need not necessarily be a life skill.
Right.
And to just be able to love yourself, just be able to know that, you're enough. Just be able to sleep in joy with your own self, that peace of seeing that, okay, this moment, this day has been a fruitful day, or a happy day, a joyous day. And if it has not been so, to be able to cry it out. To be able to accept the fact that, okay, today I could not receive what I wished to receive, or I could not give what I wished to give to the universe. And in that receiving and giving, today I am sad. Today my emotion is that of an emotion which is wanting me to take more care of myself.
Absolutely. Kanchan, ये गाना दिमाग में आ रहा है.
बोलिए.
खाना ना मिलेगा, कंचन की जगह पे सब कुछ मिलेगा. It's like
You can sing that again, please.
मुझे ना गाना इतने अच्छे से आता नहीं है, बट चल रहा था दिमाग में, तो मैं बोला बताना तो जरूर चाहिए. हाँ जी, ना चाहते थे. You were saying something, Shrikant.
No. Just carry with your song, no problem. Doesn't matter.
To hear it, we want to hear the words, the lyrics.
चलो ठीक है. खाना मिलेगा, पीना मिलेगा, कंचन की फाउंडेशन में सब कुछ मिलेगा. चलिए डॉक्टर रश्मि को एम्ब्रेस करने वाली हैं आप कि कभी आपको अंदर घुसा देती, कभी बाहर निकाल देती. चलिए उस पर थोड़ी सी रिफ्लेक्शन करते हैं. व्हाट इज इट about technology that you want to hold on to or embrace? Embracement is actually different from holding on to. I'm using both the words together.
It's not about technology that I want to hold on to, Anu. It's about these small trifles in life which I want to really accept them. Like today, it was the technology. At 4 o'clock, I was just switching on. It was everything was okay. I switched on the Zoom and then suddenly it disconnected. So that is a one-time affair. But these type of trifles come in everybody's life every day. These small challenges which we do not understand, and I want to embrace them. I want to enjoy them. So I sat down. I said, okay, fine. I'm going to enjoy that. I sat down, relaxed, and switched it off again. Switched it on again, and it came up.
See, you just allow it to go and it comes back again. You
Yeah.
think we control anything? We could never
Nothing
control
we
it.
can't control.
ना जान अपने हाथ में है ना कुछ और, बस शहंशाह बन के चले हम. चलिए कान जी, मुझे ये बताइए, how many people have you by now trained and made them aware of their breath? I mean, everybody breathes, but making people aware that it's not just breathing that's important, it is the smoothness in breathing that keeps you alive. कितने लोगों के साथ आपने ये बांटा है पिछले 10 साल में? And what is your vision when you are, basically, vision again बड़ा word हो गया. It's just like पीछे intention क्या है उसके?
Uh, See, last about 10 years or so. So maybe I should say 5 years I have learned it myself. Okay. I've been a practitioner, but fine tuning was necessary. The academic side was necessary. So I did my diploma in yoga. I did my master's in yoga, and I'm also doing the research in PhD in yoga, that is pranayama. If you ask me numbers, I will say that about 8,000 people. I've been sharing this topic, and if you look at corporates, I'm not taking the social thing where we had some programs and other things. Okay. So numbers is roughly you can put it at 10,000. Why this? Because there is a lot of myths related with. See, there is two things. One is the breathing, which is natural, rhythmic, and so on. So, and the other word which people use or misuse is the pranayam. So that is quite ahead. वो हिमालय तक है, but हम लोग एटलीस्ट मुंबई में कुछ कर सकते हैं, दिल्ली तक कुछ कर सकते हैं, राइट, हरिद्वार तक कुछ कर सकते हैं, राइट, उत्तरकाशी तक जा सकते हैं ठीक ठाक, राइट. आगे की बात छोड़िए, वो बहुत आगे की चीजें हैं. So making it simple, right, without too much of emphasis on holding of breath, without too much of holding on the ratios and timings and so on and so forth. Just make it simple. That's what has been my thing. So we had the last program on immunity building. Okay, so the formula is very simple. You can breathe in for 4 seconds and exhale in 4 seconds. You have done your work well, right? If you go to the text, they will say that you 1-4-2. That means you take breath for 4 seconds, hold it for 16 seconds, and release it in 32 seconds. This is not possible for all of us, all these panelists and the viewers who are there. Masters, yoga masters can do it possibly, but we are not yoga masters. We are, ordinary citizens, right? Or something for the common people like us is very important. And that's what I try and share with everyone.
Wow.
Thank
It's
you.
so interesting when you're saying he's out of 10 years, he spent 5 years educating himself. And I just didn't hear educating. He said, I'm fine tuning myself. And when you're fine tuning yourself, a man who fine tunes himself for 5 years is the only one who can even talk in a simple term. To make something simple, you have to be a master of it. You have to understand it so well that you're not neglecting the nuances of it, and yet giving everything, not making shortcuts out of it, and yet making it simple. So I really salute you for the way you are touching people's lives, because breathing people consider as the one of the most easy things to do. I mean, who needs to learn how to breathe? And yet there is a whole science which took him 5 years to fine tune the nuances and the
I
humbleness
can
in.
just ask you, and we can ask the audiences also. Yeah, how many times do you breathe in 1 minute? People can
uh,
put it on the chat box.
Everybody on the Facebook, can you just write this down? And I'll
Just
be
put
really
it on your chat box. How many times do you breathe in 1 minute?
very good. Can you all put on your chat box, how many times do you breathe in 1 minute?
In a minute, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. So, Kanchan, I heard that number of people became less in the foundation during COVID time. I also heard Srikanji talking about immunity during the COVID time. And I also heard you saying that you were holding your emotions, you were holding yourself, you were holding the little one in you, or the little ones in you. Now, when you're holding on to these little ones inside you, what do what are they really, what's the message that they're giving out to the outside world? All that you sat down with these maybe 300 of you inside, maybe four of you inside, maybe two of you inside, maybe the one that was sad and happy. And I'm sure in this self introspection you found messages for yourself, which couldn't be just for yourself. Possibly they may be something that needs to go out to the universe. So what are the messages that you've been getting from your little ones is the question.
So during the COVID, Anu, we all had a lot of time in hand to go within. And, when you talk about the kids just bring joy. They just bring joy. They are pure love. They're nothing but happiness. And of course, they come with a lot of challenges when they are naughty, when they are in space where they need attention. However, during the pandemic, I experienced grief of one of my children crossing over, one of the children at the foundation crossing over. And that moment of grief made me realize one thing, that you cannot hold on to anything, and you should not. Maybe, holding on to is not required. Just like moments come and go, just like memories come and go, and they literally go. We hold on to memories, we hold on to moments, we hold on to people. I i kind of started living more in the moment.
Wow. Wow.
And as far as the messages receiving and giving to the universe or from the universe, each one of us, since the time we've come to the planet, we receive innumerable messages, right from uh, the reason why we've been sent here to the reason why we've chosen the life we've chosen. The only thing is, we're not aware of our own being. We are not aware of ourselves to even receive those messages or give back what we've come here to give back.
Wow, that's
So
very deep. That's very deep. Excellent. So over to Dr. Rashmi Arora. When you're holding on to these small irritations that are happening in life or the small glitches that are happening in life, what are you learning? Because you said that it could be happening on everyday basis for people. What are you learning from that that you can give to people? Hello, I'm in, in a many things happen. There is stuff doesn't go my way, but then I'm learning something from that too. What could be the learning there for you that you can share?
The learning for me is no patience, and that anything can happen, and every situation is changeable. So no situation is constant in its own way, and it's a constantly changing situation. I'm just taking an example of a situation which is happening for a temporary period of time, but even bigger situations are like that. So the way I can pass it on to people is that other situations are also same. They are constantly changing.
Okay, wonderful. Smita, when you were working with the brain gym and you did quote an example of this girl who even I know, she's a fantastic human being, was selected right now as Miss Kerala. And yeah, so she's done very well for herself, changed a few professions. She also has done her MA in psychology now. And so in your brain gym, you are trying to spread it across, and you've also gone and done your training. What's a message that you think this gave you that you want to spread around?
So Anu, my connection with Brain Gym started on a very level where I was new in Mumbai. I'd just come back like a year or so, and then I was fond of attending new workshops. I always wanted to explore, and at that time I was working with children with learning disabilities. So when I wanted to understand, how other things, like a tool, hands-on tool, which can help children. So as I just came to know that this is one of the tech tools, which can help children with learning disabilities also. And that is how I just went. And at that time, I used to like traveling to Mumbai was a challenge for me because I was not known of Mumbai ways, and though I was very determined that somehow I'll reach and attend the workshop. And I used to be in a lot of pain. I used to be popping painkillers like anything, like XYZ, you know. So not sitting long, and then so luckily we were told that brain gym workshop you will learn the 26 exercises in a manner of 2 hours or 3 hours each. So I thought, okay, let me give it a try. Not bad, not a very long sitting. So I just traveled. So first day, I took a pill and I went there, and I told the instructor very much, I have pain, I can't do this, I can't do this. So she learned everything patient. She said, no hurry, no nothing. Don't take any stress. Whatever you can do, just sit and listen. Even if you're listening and observing, that is also good enough. And I said, okay. But I was of that, because I'm spending money and I'm going to learn. So I have to be very active and learn. So, and there were moments. So I understood that, oh, this is about moving and exercise. So somehow I said, okay, let me see. Whatever I can do, I'll do. If I can't do, I'll just observe. And on the way back, by the time I came, I was very tired. And the first day. So second day, when I was just going, so I thought, let me not take the painkiller. There was a shift in my brain where I thought that, okay, I'll just carry it in my bag. If required, I'll take it. And it was a real shift because I was not of that kind. I would just pop the pill very immediately because presuming that I have to sit, I'll just, prepare myself. I went there. We did like 3 hours just passed on. I didn't even realize. And on way back, I was like, I'm not that tired. When I reached home, I was quite active actually. I was very amazed. Said, okay, let's see. Day 3, no pill. Way back also no pill. Very active. And I was doing like a lot of bending. And I told the instructor, see, I'm able to do. She said, yeah, yeah, I knew you'll do it. And I was very amazed. I said, very. Obviously, she was doing this work for so many years, so probably she knew. So day four, and like I really loved it. I really enjoyed that whole experience of 4 days. That was my first experience. It was not any certification or something. It was just learning those exercises. Just started practicing it for myself, very consistently. I was just doing it and learning it for myself. Like, I would do 2 or 3 in the morning, one in the evening. So I just divided my time. But gradually I realized this was really helping me to make my mind shift. And it was those small movements which were somewhere affecting a part of my brain. And there was a cognitive shift happening. So I said, if it could happen with me, why not try it with my one of the kids I was working? So if I had a child who was very, difficulty in writing, or even like, very reluctant or not. So I just use these as like, I would say like how we take that 1 minute breaks for the kids, like a water break. So I would say, okay, let's take a brain gym break. And he would say, what is this? I said, come on, let's do this. So, we would just do a simple exercise like if I'm just holding my navel this, and I'm just rubbing on this, and he would just copy me. And I would just say also, let's focus on our breathing. So, and he would just do it for 1 second and 2 seconds, and he I would not give him very much explanation. I would say, can we just, do you feel any difference? He said, yeah, I'm feeling good. I said, can we just go back to work? He said, yes. So I just started using very minimal, this thing, and it was giving me a good feedback. And I also got started getting parents asking me, ma'am, you're doing something, please teach us also. I said, yeah, yeah, sure. So I started parent and child sessions. And actually that was a very good connection between the parent and the child, because what would happen is the child would learn something and then go back to the parent and say, hey, I've learned this and this is helping me. And the parent would come back and say, you are teaching something to my child. So I'll say, okay, your child is going to show you, see, this is how we do it. The child would feel really, wow, I'm teaching something to my parent. It was giving a lot of self-esteem and self-confidence to the children, that wow, we can do it. If you remember, Kanchan, when we did it in the center, and all the children did it, they showed it to their parents, and they were, correcting their parents, hey, do this, hey, do that. And it was a proud moment for the kids, because always the parents are correcting the children. And this is where the child knows something and the parent doesn't know. So I took it like, a technique to connect the child and the parent. So I used it in various different formats, I would say, adapted it to the way. And gradually, when I started using it after years, when I came to, when I thought that, yes, like sir was saying that, we need fine tuning, we need to educate ourselves into the field. And then I actually searched for somebody who can really teach me in a technical manner. And then I got to do my all those credentials, what I've done. And finally last year I became a movement facilitator for brain gym, where I can, really talk about it in a certified manner. But I have been using it, and I was so thankful. So when I went for my first course, and that was 10 years before I had been already using it. So my instructor said, this is so good that to the core you're doing 20 exercises absolutely correct. And that was a real proud moment. I said, more than the certification, I'm happy what I have done for myself. And what I have done with others was nothing wrong. And it has helped them. So that is how I felt motivated to connect with the brain gym thing. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to request uh, again. I think Rashmi has been taken away by the internet. इंटरनेट का जमाना है भाई. Sumita's voice going up and down, but you know what? This is what happens. Let's start with Shrikant sir. I'm going to ask him to do a few breathing exercises for us. I'm going to ask Kanchan to equip us with a few things that she does for children. And I'm going to ask Sumita Mendirata to do a few brain gym exercises so that all of you sitting at home could have some tools of how to embrace life. Because if you don't have the tools and you're going through a difficult space, this talk doesn't carry you anywhere. What carries you at that time is something that you have practiced by default. So I'm going to start with Shrikant Sarji, and he's going to teach us a few exercises. One of the best ones that I like about is the Brahmari, if I'm saying it correct. And that has really silenced my brain at times. It feels like sound music for me, and that's really amazing. And like I said, we'll first go to Shrikantji, then we go to Kanchan, and then come to Sumita. If by then Rashmi pops up, we'll ask her to do something. Okay, Shrikant.
Yeah. So, अनुजी ने फरमाइश सुना दी है तो so I don't have a choice. So we'll start with Brahmari itself. Okay.
Yes, all of
Okay.
us can. So at the back.
Idea people have put numbers on the chat box. Number of times we breathe.
No, Shrikant sir,
Okay,
they
no.
didn't put anything.
Okay.
It will come. It will come. Yeah.
Okay. No, not an issue. So let's do COVID times and other times also. We say what is Brahmari? Yeah, Brahmari is the honeybee, right? It is collecting nectar from the flowers, and this the whole process of connecting or collecting nectar from the flowers is a win-win and is a happy situation for the honeybee as well as for the flower. There is no one loses in this transaction. Okay. There is no harm to the flower, and the Brahmari has the technology to draw nectar from the flowers. Now, this is what even Chanakya has referred that this is how the government should collect taxes from the people, right? That means without pinching the person, right? You should quietly take this thing. Basically, Brahmari is about the joy, right? It's about the humming sound. And when you do this humming sound, there is a particular frequency of this sound that happens. Okay. And हमने अनुजी ने बीच में गाना कह दिया था भंवरे की गुंजन है मेरा दिल. Okay. So भंवरे की गुंजन, so भंवर जो है, so that sound, particular sound, it's so soothing and it's so thing. So yogic people have used this method. They use this incident, the nature's way of happiness, right, into this technique of called Brahmari Pranayam. So Brahmari Pranayam technique, how do you do this? So what we do is we take a deep breath first. I'll demonstrate it once and then we'll all enjoy this practice. So take a deep breath. Doesn't matter if it is how many seconds and whatever it is, right? So take a deep, nice breath. So having taken the breath, now while exhaling, try and do that humming sound. One more time I will share. So inhale deeply and slowly exhale with a humming sound. Don't worry what is the pitch, what is the tone, what should be the sound, don't worry about any of those things. Feel the vibrations that are happening in the region. So I'll do it the second time. Taking a deep breath. And if you want to experience the vibrations, you can just put a hand on the ears. Right. So can we all do that now? So the technique. So what happens when we do this Brahmari pranayama? So if you know Omkar, U and Ma, right? Makar is the highest frequency. So when that humming sound is there, that is like a Makar of the Omkar, which is the highest pitch of Omkar. And this sound is connecting with the head region. We all wanted to, we were all saying that if the mind is quiet, okay, if we can quieten the mind, you have achieved everything. So the mind is like a monkey, right? It is, it's it cannot be stable, right? So you want to, we are all trying different things which will quieten the mind. And one of these simple technique is the Brahmari Pranayama. What it will do is it will connect with the head region, right? We have been doing, say, brain gym, okay? So all that brain area, okay, if we can quieten these things, because these frequencies are subtle, and if we can do it and enjoy, and the other part is that getting involved into that. So if you enjoy, one is that doing that humming sound. Another thing is enjoying, thinking like you are a honeybee and you are extracting nectar. What is nectar? Nectar is nothing but happiness. So we are all searching for happiness, which is in abundance in flowers, in nature, and in all of us, everywhere. In all our experiences, happiness are there, right? Like Kanchan is feeling happy when she is able to serve the children. Okay, Sumita is happy when she is, doing that parent-child and exercises, and Anu is happy when she is hosting all of us, right? So, so happiness is nothing but a state of mind. Okay, so just be happy, and the Brahmari, the honeybee is teaching us to be happy. So let's do it, right? With the background of happiness, trying to quieten the mind and trying to enjoy the practice. Okay. So let's all of us do it. Take a deep breath and do that humming sound the way you want it. If you can close your eyes, much better. Just practice palming.
Wow. Simple 2 minutes, and your brain calms down. Thank you so much for that. Let's go over to Kanchan. Kanchan, give us a few things that you do with the children. If you have any exercises that you do, or you say a prayer to them, something that's in a routine for you that you feel calms children down. That would be probably something that would be of a complete value to people today on the ground. Thank you.
Anu, honestly speaking, I do not work in routine with the children. It is the volunteers that take care of the children's routine. What I do with them, or what I do in my regular life, is I just be in acceptance of the emotions. And with children also, I encourage them to express their emotions. So there are various means that we use to express our emotions. So we have letter writing sessions for children, wherein they write letters to themselves.
Wow.
We have various healers and trainers coming to the foundation on a regular basis at interval of periods to help children understand how they feel. Because what we negate in life or what we avoid is acknowledging our feelings. I have done that. I have done that for many, 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 many years. And I still do it. Not that I've mastered the art of accepting my feelings. I still do it. And
Maybe we on the platform today could express the way we are feeling to you. And that, think of us as little children who are, and and and
please,
and maybe we could do that and create. So I'll start with it. I have no problem doing that. So how I've been feeling is, for the past few days, in deep gratitude and also sometimes very, very angry. And I accept my anger today totally and completely. Anger obviously was directed not towards anyone else but towards myself, that why am I not able to shift my perspective as fast as I thought I should have? Because I didn't see myself as a person who wouldn't be able to be flexible. And yet I was completely mad at myself that I don't think every part of me is flexible. In fact, when I was walking around in my room, I could actually hear the tuck, tuck, tuck noise. And I said, oh, your bones are also creaking. You're becoming more rigid in your thinking. You just want to tell other people that you're flexible. You're not actually flexible. Your body is telling you something differently. And then I just accepted it. At some stage, something just shifted in the last 2 days. And I said, you know what? Brilliant. I know now where the problem is. I've got stuck, and I'm getting stuck in the past of wanting things to be the way they were 12 years ago, and I need to give that up completely. And that, when I got up today morning, I felt more at peace with myself. So that's how I can express my emotions to Kanchan. Let's see what Sumita is about to say. We're doing our homework,
Anu,
guys.
Anu, let's address your expression first before we go on to Sumita. So,
Sure.
how beautifully you felt whatever was going on in your space. And that is all we need to do to release.
Yeah.
That is all. That is all. Nothing more is required. Just feel it. Feel it. Feel the emotion and let it out. Because
Wow.
when we don't let it out, we hold on to it in various forms. And I'll come to it as to how we hold on and what are the consequences. Before that, we like to speak to Sumita. Hi, Sumita.
Yes, go ahead, Sumita.
Hi. So I've been feeling that somehow I'm trying to impose myself on a family member where I feel that I understand her difficulty, her challenges. At the same time, we have the pressure from the medical fraternity saying that we need to, like, my mom-in-law wants the knee replacement surgery, and I have been really trying to somehow motivate her and tell her, let's walk, let's walk, let's walk, because that is the constant feedback I'm getting from the physiotherapist. You can move her, and you can do that. So they I'm the mediator, and everybody looks upon me to say that those words to her, and she definitely does it. I don't know how. Because of my motivation or because of something, a shift happens in her mind, because I keep talking about it. I keep telling her my stories of pain, but somehow I feel that somewhere at the I feel, was it too much? And definitely somebody motivational talk, I would just shut her up, or maybe probably, because I know ultimately it happens from within, because I have been a pain patient myself, and I understand that difficulty. but at the same time, so I'm in like a, I would say, a double state of mind. At one time I play the role of a motivator, and at the other time I ask myself at the end of the day, was this what I said will make a change in her, or will that be too much for her? So these are the complex feelings I'm undergoing right now. So I just thought to share. And also at the end of the day, like what I get the feedback from her really helps me understand that yes, shift is happening, she is changing. And I always tell her, because like also teach some of the brain gym exercises to her, because I know even if she is not moving her large muscles, her small muscle movements are also making a change. And movement is the key to learning, which I have understood, and I appreciate the kind of movement whatever she's making. I really tell my daughter also to keep going her and addressing her more than I say. She's telling her to, because I know when children say, it really helps the grandparents act in a better way, and she takes it as a that no, I'll show you how I can do this. So those are all the states of emotion, which are happening. So I feel that right now I'm in that kind of a emotional state. So
Wow, amazing, amazing. You want to say something, Kanchan?
Thank you for the sharing, Sumita. Yeah, thank you for the sharing, Sumita. And while sharing, what were you feeling?
I was feeling that definitely the things are happening, but that line of how much I can say and how much I should not say always comes in my mind. Sometimes I because I have been more like a daughter in the house rather than a daughter-in-law. So that feeling of daughter-in-law has never come in me, and I'm very open, and she knows that I talk to my mom the way I talk to her. There's no difference, and she acknowledges. I never get a criticism for this, but somewhere I only keep thinking, not just because of this relationship, just because of the thing that in pain, how much can you hear the other person, is my constant question to myself. So I should not go over the board for her, that it is like too much for her which she cannot handle, and then she gives up and says, no, I don't want to do it. So I don't want to get into that zone. So my I would say challenge is always that thought coming in, that whatever I'm saying is very mindful, like I'm very mindful in my word using it, because I want that she should really get, I always tell her, you decide what is your time, you decide what is your goal, you decide how many steps you want, but every day try to plus it, because this is a challenging time, like the 1 month period which the doctors have told us that this is the maximum time she can stretch. And though I feel that you can keep stretching all your life, and I've stretched myself, so I really don't get under that pressure. But that is
Wow.
how.
I love the way over here the panelists are ready to share their heart. Let's ask Shrikant sir, how is he feeling and if he wants to express something.
Uh, Emotions is nothing but energy in motion. And I feel that the heart is a seat of emotions. So,
Um, Shrikantji, sorry to interrupt you here. So we are talking about your deep feelings. What are
yeah,
you
I'm coming
feeling?
to that.
Oh,
So, what I'm saying is, when heart is a seat of emotions, and the brain is a thinking machine. Now, there's little that you can do with this. Okay? 80,000 thoughts a day, and what type of thoughts? Nothing can. But emotions are very easy. Like we just did a Brahmari pranayam. We say, "Oh, This is so easy and so nice." So accept, adjust, and accommodate. If you do this, it is very easy to fine tune emotions and say, oh, I am feeling so nice. Oh, this panelist, I'm learning a lot today. Or interacting with the panelist and with Anu getting all of us together is such a wonderful experience, right? We have been interacting on the group for a long time, and today we are face to face. Wonderful. So just enjoy it, whatever it is there. You.
Thank you. Yes, Kanchan, go ahead.
Anu, so that's that. All you have to do is feel and express and have someone there to hold that space for you. And that's all I do. I hold that space with a lot of compassion and love in my heart. I hold that space where someone can just express. And that's what we as energy healers do when we hold love and when we hold that, wideness of acceptance for anyone in our space. It heals the person. It's not that I don't get angry. Oh my God, I get so angry. I get so annoyed. But I allow myself to express that as well.
Thank you for that. I mean, that was really honest. And I know I don't do anything. It's the others who do everything. I just hold the space for people. That's all I do.
That's
Not
all you do.
and people just express themselves, and I just sit there and hold the space, not just like that, not with anger, but with love. And that itself is a very big space to hold on to. Very big space to hold on to. Never underestimate, even if others are making it small. You heard Shrikant, sir. He made his he made it sound as if it was really simple. If it was that simple, everybody would be breathing smoothly. If it was that simple, then everybody would be holding space for other people to express. These are not simple things, guys. And now we're going to go to our third panelist, Sumita Mendirata. Of course, my fourth one has been taken away. Internet. Okay, so over to Sumita, and let's hear from her how the brain gym that she does helps people to hold themselves. So before we go to Sumita, I just want to two big points, two big tools that I've got today for everyone is Shrikant sir saying, do the Brahmari, do the breathing, and just be there in your breath. Kanchan saying, just be there, allowing people to express. And let's see what Sumita says.
Yeah. So, Anu, when we do like brain gym, like, when you go to the gym and you just don't start running or doing some heavy weight exercises, you do a warm up. So we here are going to do a 4-step warm up of brain gym. And before that, I would like everyone to just scan their body, like how we go to the doctors and they tell us to do X-ray or, so this is kind of a self scan. So if you want, you can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open, but just notice about yourself, just observe yourself in this. So I'm just going to say some steps and you can just, think about it and remember those feelings or connection what you've made. So just allow yourself to move slowly from your head to toe. If you want, you can close your eyes or look gently into a certain, into a distance as you scan your body. So you can notice your breathing. Is it deep or is it shallow? You can also remember any aches, pains, or if you can experience any tight muscles, if you can just think about. Also, the way we are sitting or standing, are you feeling balanced and comfortable the way you sit or stand? And lastly, is your mind agitated or clear or confused? Your state of mind, the state of body, state of muscles, state of breathing. So this is like a small scan we run through in our whole body from head to toe before we actually come to the face exercise. Okay. So remembering all the states, what you have done right now, we are just going to do a pace, which is known as, we call it pace. It's positive, P for positive, A for active, C for clear, and E for energy. Okay, so that's a 4-step. So the first step is actually we go it backwards. So we do it in the E cap manner. Okay, so the first step we do is E. Now E stands for energy. And how do you get energy is by sipping water. So if you all have water with you, or you can just get, water. So just have one sip of water. And while you are sipping this water, just see the flow of water in the midline of your body. This is our body midline, this whole. So as you keep sipping water, sometimes even if you are in a place where you don't have water, still you can do this by just taking your saliva in. So it is that effective. So it just to be in a state where you are just realizing that this is flowing inside you, the act of swallowing, and you observe the flow of water going inside the body midline. So this is the first step, just sipping water. And during the whole day also, even if you're not able to take more water, because our brain, as our body is made of 70% water, so is our brain. The brain requires more water than the body actually. Okay. The second is, you make a U with one hand, like the thumb and the two fingers. Okay, and this is the collarbone. So this is my collarbone. Okay, and if you just do a little shrug on the shoulders, I'm moving my collarbone, the finger and the thumb, and coming down to a point which is this brain buttons. Okay, so you want to check these points. How you're going to check these points is just keep two fingers and just shrug your shoulders. So your fingers will automatically go in. So this dip is actually the brain button point. Okay, just in the center. This is our collarbone. Okay, and then you just slide like a V. So this is the point of the brain buttons, right? And as you get this point, the other hand goes on the navel, the center. And we are just going to slowly stimulate these points. Okay, if you feel that you are getting pain, you can even just hold these points. Okay, whatever way it is comfortable for you. And while holding these points and while here holding the navel, you are also moving your eyes in a horizontal direction, from left to right and right to left. And also remember to breathe, because while doing all this, we are also remembering to breathe. So slow, deep breathing while you are moving from left to right and gradually from right to left. And as you're doing this, when you feel it's complete, so I'm not giving you a number, do it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, your body will automatically tell you. Okay, and you move the other hand on the navel and you do it with the other hand, which is your left hand or right, whatever. So again, you form a U, the thumb and the two fingers. And for the points, I'm again telling you, if you're not able to find the brain button points, one way is, you slide down your fingers from the collarbone and just come to the center. And across the center of the chest are these two dips you will find. You just start stimulating them. And same eye movements and breathing to be continued. Again, till the time you feel like you can do it 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, the way your body tells you to do it. Okay. Now I'm just going to change my position, because this is something I'm going to show standing. If you want, you can do it in the sitting position also. Okay. So as I'm doing this is known as cross crawls. So I'm going to touch my hand, right hand, to my left knee. You can do it sitting also, no, not necessary to stand. While sitting position, you are just touching the opposite knee. Okay, so you're just touching the opposite knee, right? So while sitting, or while standing, or even while sleeping, you can do this position. So just sitting down and just touching the opposite knee. And while you're doing this touching, now when you got a hang of touching your right and left, you can also focus on your breathing. Very important. Always remember to breathe, and you can look across the room and move your eyes in all the four directions. Okay. When you've got a comfort level with the hand movement and the leg movement, and there are various ways. So it's actually connecting our right and left hemispheres of the brain. Okay. So you can do this kind of a movement. You can do like a hopscotch, anything where you are alternately, touching, making the right and the left hemisphere connect. So it's, connecting our body with alternate way, brain right and left. Okay. And the third step is actually the fourth step, I would say, is basically when I'm moving, the exercise name is hookups. So I'm just spreading my hands, okay, and I'm just twisting it. I'm getting my hands close to my chest. And also my feet is crossed. Okay, so it is left over right or right over left. Keep your feet crossed. Cross your feet. Even while in the sitting position, just cross your feet. And at the same time, also cross your hands. If this is difficult, you can just, embrace yourself. So this is also about embracing yourself. Just hug yourself in this position. Okay. And in this position, when you're breathing, how your breathing is going to be is you're going to take your tongue up the palate. Okay. So as I breathe, so as you breathe in, slow, deep inhalation, taking the tongue up the palate and breathing out from the mouth. Okay. In this position only, we are doing this breathing. Now it is up to you if you want to close your eyes and do it. You can do it with your eyes closed. If you want to keep your eyes open and do it, you can do it in this position. Till the time you feel like 2 to 3 deep breaths, and then you unlock your hands and unlock your feet also at the same time. Then you connect the right and the left hemispheres of the brain with your fingers. Okay. And imagine this is like a ball. You've connected your fingers and made a ball. And again, we are doing the same breathing. You can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open. Slow, deep inhalation and exhalation from the mouth and the tongue touching up the palate. Okay. So these are the 4 exercises, what I have been doing almost every day when I get up in the morning. At any time of the day, this is not something that a specific time of the day you have to do it. You can just pick up one and do it, like when I'm feeling very anxious or I'm feeling like, oh, I don't know what to do. I just go into this mode, automatically my fingers go here and I just start doing breathing, and some thoughts get cleared. So this is basically brain buttons which help you to clear your thoughts, energy, because when you sip water, even if you are exhausted and tired, water is the first thing we all need, like a survival thing. And also, connecting cross scrolls, it makes me feel active. Cross scroll is basically connecting your right and left hemispheres of the brain, that you really feel active about it. Even if you are sitting and doing it, it's the activeness of the brain and the body together. And hookups is a wonderful way of feeling positive, because we all keep about talking, be positive, do positive. But this is one exercise which I have always felt, whenever your brain is going into a conflict, or you feel that, oh, I'm getting really angry, like really annoyed, just go into this position and be there. Actually, when me and my daughter get into a tiffle, both of us go in this position and then after this we talk. So we are all, in that state of mind to talk and understand each other. So this really makes a lot of difference, and these are my favorite ones to do, though there are a lot more actually. But this is like just this tool. Even if you start practicing these few tools, they really are handy tools to get you. And this is somewhere you can do anywhere, any time of the day, and even do one. So Anu, that's all I can do it.
Did I even think before I began with the session today that I'm going to be getting so many pearls and so many pearls of wisdom? I am so grateful. Um, I'm going to tell you guys what's a topic that we're going to pick up for not tomorrow, but day after. I'm going to start to be kind to myself. So we're going to go every alternate day. And on Wednesday, this is what we are going to be doing. So this is how the conversation went. Yesterday evening, my husband was sitting down with a group of people. And he said, मजा तो तब आए मैं 30 लोग लेके आता हूँ तेरे लिए. बोला अच्छा 30 लोग लेके आएंगे आप मेरे लिए. मजा तो तब आए कि अगर तुम ये बताओ to these 30 men, what should they do about the whining women, meaning me and his wife. And अच्छा अगर ये नहीं कर सकती तो tell 30 women कि उनकी जिंदगी में क्या ऐसा उनको करना चाहिए to deal with the tough, difficult man. बोला बात तो ठीक कर रहा है. So I'm going to ask my panelists, would you like to do that tomorrow or day after? Or should we do one for tomorrow and one for day after? Kal, I'm serious. I'm asking you guys.
Anu, day after I have a packed schedule. I'm so sorry I won't be available.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow is good.
Tomorrow is good, Kanchan? हाँ. श्रीकांत सर,
Good.
आप करेंगे?
I'm a little tied up, but I'll confirm to you. Yeah.
No problem. So, कल ये चर्चा होगी. Tomorrow we will talk about men or women, guys.
Both. Why have gender bias? Yeah, why have gender
Yes,
bias?
no discrimination.
Okay, what can you do for the women who are caught up with difficult men? And what can you do for women, for men who are caught up with cranky women, difficult women? So basically tips for men and women. And that, as like I said, we don't decide the topic. The topic comes in front of us. There's something that's happening that feels like the need of the hour. And even though he said it laughingly, I think it's something that you really need to drool on, because there are tons and tons of people who are in this situation. Will we be able to help you? Pata nahi. But we'll be able to talk, guys. And that's more important than anything else. So I'm going to end this session with a conclusion today, and I would like all of you to conclude. I was actually thinking of playing sound, but it doesn't feel right. I just will, because it's a big forum. I haven't prepared anything. It doesn't go like that. With sound, I could do a Tibetan bowl right at the end for you guys, if that's okay with you all. But to conclude today's session, I would say, it doesn't matter what you embrace. What matters is if you have a will to live, then you have the will to embrace. But if you're not alive and you're living like dead people, then you're not going to do any of this. You're going to be sitting down in your bed waiting for life to go and pass over. So the choice is completely yours. Do you want every minute of your life to keep passing over? Do you want to make something really amazing of your life? That choice has to be created by you. That's how I will conclude. Kanchan, over to you. What would your conclusion be?
There's no conclusion about life or any topic in life. Uh, what I feel that everything is a journey. From one step we reach to the other, and from the other maybe to the third step. And each step teaches us something new. It brings out something new from within us, or the external environment showing us a mirror. And to me, what's important is uh, to either be able to hold space for someone, or have someone hold space for me, be either we all don't need solutions. Most of the times when we are discussing our challenges with someone, we do not need solutions because our mind already knows solutions. Our body already knows solutions. All we need is someone to share it with, someone to share how we're feeling. And if you have nobody with whom you can share how you're feeling, share it with yourself. Write it, express yourself in art, express yourself in sound, express yourself in whichever form that comes naturally to you. But let that expression out. Because if you don't, the body will react and respond in terrible manners. I don't, just one example here. We met like, what, 5, 6 weeks back. Last we met. And I had kind of, I was feeling very bloated within my own body. I was feeling a bit of heaviness. There were things that I wasn't able to experience or express the way I wished to. And this morning I woke up and something shifted, and I no more feel that bloatedness. I don't know whether it's visible outside or not, but internally I don't feel it, or maybe it's lightened down for me. It's not that it's completely gone, it's lightened down. And that's how life happens. It just keeps moving.
Absolutely wonderful. Let's go to Shrikant sir. Sir, how would you conclude this today's session?
Wonderful. I think 90 minutes now. Excellent. So, so many different perspectives are there. So, there's nothing to, nothing is set in stone. We are all discovering different aspects and different dimensions of our experiences. And we are trying to refine ourselves, refine our experiences, and enjoy whatever is coming in our way. I think that's
Wonderful. It just felt like today's panel was mind, body, soul without deciding. Sumita, how would you conclude?
I would just conclude that, when we talk about embracing anything you do with love, anything you do with compassion, and anything you connect to, just keep doing that. And definitely, what tools we have given are some of the tools, but each one of us somewhere has to find their own tool, which they can connect to, and it is not the only tool. It could be one of the tools which you can definitely try, like the time when I tried and it worked for me. So it could work for you also. But what a statement of a brain gym, that's the opening statement and key quote of brain gym is movement is the key to learning. So I always believe, somewhere you need to move to learn, not academically learning, but to make our brains get into that shift mode or change. Either you move your body or you move your brain or you move your heart, but something has to move within yourself. you know so even that that is the only way you can connect to that change or shift what you're looking for. Thank you.
Wow. I'm going to play the gong for you guys for exactly 2 minutes, and we'll conclude the session from there. Thank you so much. And it's internet time, guys. So if anything goes up and down, just excuse me. I'm just going to off the fan.
Anu, Anu, could,
Just close your eyes and relax and enjoy. Thank you, everybody. It's very difficult to get sound over the internet over to you, but it's something that I thought, why not? We've anyway never prepared, and I started with, I'm not prepared. But then I said, that's the essence of this program. You don't have to be prepared. So thank you very much, and we will be meeting tomorrow at 4 o'clock with the topic that I've already spoken to you, how men and women, they fall in love, but then something happens once they get married. And often you find men complaining against women and women complaining against men. Is there a way out? Thank you so much. Thank you, Shrikant sir. Thank you, Sumita. Kanchan. Really, really grateful to each and every one you on you on the Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.